What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Vampyr. This is going to be a very short stream, as I want to mainly take this moment. Hold on a second. Okay. This is going to be a very short stream, as I want to take this moment to end off what we have left of the game. Which I think is like 30 minutes or so. I'm not exactly sure. But last time we left off, we left London. London is dead. Everything in London is dead. Everything that ever was or is London in this time is dead. And that's all on us. But apparently we found out where Elizabeth was, or Lady Ashbury. So we're gonna go talk to her, and then we're gonna end the game. And I'm sorry I couldn't do this in the last stream. I had a kind of a deadline on Outlast Trials because I had Amber and Yassine waiting for me. But we got it now. And I got a new buddy on my chair, by the way. Gift from my brother. And also, like Amber said before I start, there is a new promotion from now till the end of the month for the 31st. If you guys get a subscription, you guys get 3 months of free Discord Nitro. I might even take that offer and go get a subscription on Sick Madness 666. Go follow him. But check it out. Don't do it for me, do it for you guys. I would love to see some new subscribers here. Hoping to make it more worth it by getting some perks in. But with that said, let's get in, and hopefully we got something good waiting for us.
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother. My dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant ghostly queen.
Shit.
Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman, as was her daughter.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling world.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics, or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
So is that why Lady Ashbury was so kind of fucked up over the fact that, like, she did all this, or her blood caused all this? Is she secretly kind of like an Icor?
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
What will happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a disease cannot last forever.
But Lord Redgrave definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sea.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
In their leader, you now have a spy behind enemy lines. By guiding your progeny, you may yet protect your immortal friends for some time to come. If you dare.
Okay.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is as wise as it is ancient. You have nothing to fear from it.
I am not afraid.
Do you truly think they are merely scholars poring over dusty books? The stole of St. Paul wielded faith sufficient to cast a dragon into the abyss.
That is just a legend.
Am I not a legend? Are you not about to become one yourself?
Fair point.
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons, and to bid them fare thee well.
Is there more than
Your
one?
sons? Plural? My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
Okay, we have a lot.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat spawned of this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now, too?
Have I not already answered that question?
No.
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
Okay.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was also your progeny. Why am I not surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
You trying to tell me King King Arthur Pendragon was a vampire. That's fucking awesome.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you shall meet one night.
Is it Francis Drake? And it's gonna be like a new Uncharted game where he finds out that Francis was a vampire? Just kidding.
So that is all we are to you? Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil?
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
Speak clearly then, and answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you.
That's weird. Also, he didn't answer my question. Even still. Okay, let's go.
It's locked, all right.
The castle walls look decrepit. Maybe I can find a way to sneak in.
Well, we're not going this way. Up here? No? Maybe we're going down and... Oh, I see a winding path. Here we go. Okay, I tried to work with this thing, and although it does look cool on my chair, like it looks like a skeleton throne, you got the little hands. It is fucking annoying. If I could put it up a little bit like that, maybe I could. Like that, maybe? Hold on. It's a hell of a lot better. Okay, I'll do that. There you got like the skull right under my head. Okay. Right on top of my head. Alright, anyway. I can't even like do my circle teleport thing anymore either. Okay. This goes, I'm guessing, to the same area. Mary England, born Whitaker. Charlotte Ashbury. I killed her.
Elizabeth moved Charlotte's body here. Does she know something?
Robin Inglewood. She probably knows I killed her. That's not good. I can't even unlock the gate either. Right. kind of exploring, even though I know I don't need to. Hey Harley. It's kind of like my second nature with video games, but... I don't know, maybe I'm going the right way, maybe I'm not. Found a way in the castle.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere.
Portrait of Elizabeth Blackwood. Is that her?
This castle is falling apart. That sweet fragrance. Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently.
Yeah. Locate the secret passage. Probably gonna be in there. I don't know, there's a big ass castle in the way.
This painting looks suspicious.
What painting? Oh. Hold on. Okay, this just goes to this area. I don't even have like a blood meter either.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
Okay. Is that the goddess lady that we killed? Or killed? A sword and a moon. Oh, I can get something out of here. Dear Lady Ashbury, thank you for your recent letter and all of the good news it contained. I cannot wait to finally meet you when you arrive in London. The Guardian is beautiful under the summer sky. Although I noted your wish to avoid heat and direct sunlight because of your frail health, you're welcome any day. We'll discuss this wonderful idea of yours concerning the foundation of an orphanage for young ladies, inspired by the French Maison Royal de St. Louis, sadly closed when the French people chose. My God, I can't even write these words down. To cut their king's head off. Such a place, destined to provide a good education to gifted but poor orphan girls, will surely excite my friends here in the city. You can count on me and my influence to help make your project a huge success. Yours ever sincerely, Countess Alexandra Somerset.
It's locked.
Of course it is. Sword and a moon. This shined.
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work.
Oh, sword.
One last switch, and...
What? That's not a moon. We don't care about that one.
Here's another switch. I should keep looking. What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work. Here's another switch. I should keep looking. one last switch, and... voila.
There we go. What's this? Holy shit! Okay, hold on. An angel came to me, blessed be God. Michael appeared to me last night in all his glory, shaped in glorious blood, to grant me eternal life at the dusk of my life. The apparition was so sublime and terrible that I could not help but lower my head and close my eyes. Struck by the divine gift, I fell to the ground only to awake the next night. You will serve me as you served your kings, said the angel, before striking me with all his power. You will protect this land through the eons to come. For all who knew me, I should now hide and retreat, for they consider me dead. Soon I will leave the company of men to serve my new purpose. Blessed be God. I'm going to read a little bit of it and tell you what it is. Michael appeared to me last night into the temple church and asked me to prepare for battle. The land's got to be saved because death's everywhere. Okay, so this was the time of the Black Death. It's almost 20 years since her fight. I'm gonna take a guess and say it's a girl. 20 years since her fight against the devil, and the end is uncertain. The Black Death is gone-ish, but apparently it reappears in villages. From time to time, the Black Death reappears in a village and a town, and each time the vicious minions of hell approach to get their shares of mortal suffering. Vampires, dreadful creatures that won't let this land collapse. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Tonight in the small village of Hudson, I met the most delicate soul I've seen for a long time. She was singing for the dead, singing for those she knew and loved, those killed by a new plague outbreak. Without fearing her own life, her voice moved me, so I chose to let her live. I offered her eternal life as a reward for her virtue and most pious attitude. Her name is Elizabeth Inglewood. I'm not alone anymore. Together we shall praise God in all his glory for the eons to come. That's Lady Ashbury, I think. My heart's breaking, my soul's bleeding. Tonight my dear Elizabeth left me. I have taught her all I knew, all she needed to know. Now she must walk her own path through the ages. This is her wish, and I will respect it. Elizabeth Inglewood, my sweet daughter, is gone, for she now wants to be known as Elizabeth Blackwood. Motherfucker. I made her a promise. If she ever comes back to Hudson, she will find me there managing the bull inn her parents owned before dying. William Marshall shall appear for a few times too now that the Black Death is no more. Until we meet again, I shall be known as William Thorne, waiting for my angel to come back. Okay, so it was a dude, not a girl, but this is about Elizabeth. The Black Plague is back. He's got to sell the bull in and protect the land. Jesus Christ. What have I done? I let the devil infect me. God forgive me. The terrifying creature I had to defeat was a demon straight from hell, an abomination of the flesh, a walking apocalypse. I had to trap the dreadful creature in St. Paul's Church and set the building on fire. With the advice of Michael, I don't know if I could have defeated my enemy. The flames cleansed the city of the demon's presence, but half of London burnt down. Elizabeth came to me. She said she felt my pain and rushed to save me, my poor daughter, blinded by rage, intoxicated by the blood of hate. Yeah, apparently they set fire to the church to kill something inside. Some creature. I bit her. She fled, shocked by my betrayal. I laughed and cried as she cursed me. God, have I betrayed you? Have you abandoned me? My prayers have been heard. I have found the strength to resist the need for blood, the now never-ending hunger. My poor Elizabeth, will you ever forgive me? I heard you now kill and take pleasure in bloodbath with this new progeny of yours. You are a victim in all this. What have I... Is this... No, it's not about me. What have I done? I swear I will find a way to make amends for what I have done to you. I swear I shall only rest once I know how to appease the blood of hate. Okay. Fucking hell. The Brotherhood of the St. Paul stole. The Doctor's Group. I can't remember his fucking name for the life of me. They wanted to have a meeting with him in the new Cathedral of St. Paul. He chose the place where he defeated the disaster, but also the place where he fell, and he agreed to meet them. They acknowledged his victory against the evil creature, the Dust Astra, the Eater of Stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. That's who I defeated. So he defeated the same person, but apparently he did it by burning the church down with her in it. Okay. Since they acknowledged my will to save London, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. He wrote to them, and they wrote back with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any soul, and purify any blood. Blessed be the Lord, it took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate. But I may have finally found it. The rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all he has to do is retrieve the ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. We read this already a little bit. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most. For time's on my side. It's the last part. The garlic. Yeah, we read that one. Okay. He found all the ingredients to concoct the Tear of Angels. Blood of the purest heart for the fortitude, blood of a king for courage, garlic essence for the painful cleansing. After months of impatience, almost mad by the hunger, I waited again and again until finally Elizabeth cautiously came to me. As promised, I had chained myself to make sure I would not attack her again. I did not recognize my sweet daughter at first, for she only was Lady Blackwood now, the dreadful mistress of the dark who took delight in slaughter. Maybe this isn't about Elizabeth Ashbury, because I was thinking she changed her name again, but I'm not sure. She smirked as I apologized and cried for what I had inflicted to her. She shouted at me when I tried to explain to her that my bite had infected her, had given her the blood of hate. Now burning in her veins and her soul, I told her I had found a cure and I had managed to create one dose of an antidote. I gave it to her, to give her back her previous peaceful life. In exchange, I only asked her to take care of me, for I intended to be locked down in my tomb, chained if necessary, to impeach me from feeding on any mortal or immortal. She reluctantly took the Tear of Angels and left. I hope to see her again, cured and at peace. She came back, cured, healthy, and joyful. She told me she had drunk the antidote about a year ago in France, after witnessing and taking part in the massacre of an entire orphanage and caused by the blood of hate. That's when Lady Blackwood died, she said. She promised she would take care of me now. That's all I ask as I repent for all the murderous souls caused by my negligence. of more than 100 years. My dearest daughter came back to me last week and told me the good news. She has recently bought a castle in Scotland. That's where we're at now. She'll soon finance the renovation of the castle crypt to provide a new retreat, far from temptation. There I shall find peace at last with the support of my resuscitated Elizabeth. Before I leave, I should give a copy of these memoirs to the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole. Without the most shameful and sensible information, of course. Soon I shall leave London to pursue my penance. So Elizabeth used to be Lady Blackberry, or Lady Blackwood. I'm trying to put Ashbury and Blackwood together in this, not meaning to. So I'm guessing we might meet this new vampire dude, or her dad, William. Oh God. Okay, there we go. I thought it was stuck for a second. She's probably in this room, actually.
Drop your... He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and saviour of England. Greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
But you had your whole life there.
Not anymore. Especially after my dear Charlotte was murdered.
I did that. Sorry. My bad. I kinda... In my defense, alright, her blood tasted really good, okay?
I have destroyed the disaster. this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
No. London is doomed. The East End, Whitechapel, the West End. So many districts gone. And soon the whole country will follow.
This city has been rotten to the core for so long. If it wasn't this plague, it would have been wiped out by another catastrophe.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this. Through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation. And the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
I probably should have read more of that story that we found, but long story short, he met her as a very little girl in the time of the Black Death after seeing like all of this death and all of this chaos and all of these people have their lives completely ruined by the plague and all that shit. There's a reason it was called the fucking Age of Depression. But apparently he found this little girl like singing and shit. So because of that, he wanted to make her an immortal, which he did. But apparently he corrupted her with the blood of that goddess lady, the blood of hate. And then she turned from like pretty nice, innocent old Elizabeth into Lady Blackwood, where she turned evil. Pretty much. And then she turned evil. And apparently she killed an orphanage. And burned it. And killed a bunch of other people. Because she had the blood of hate in her. She was like the old lady that got corrupted. Except she didn't like turn all fucking swollen and shit like that, I'm pretty sure. But she basically turned into like an evil, wicked version of herself. Anyway, finally, I can't turn around, but finally that old dude sitting on that chair there that looks all blue and dying and shit, he found a cure after like almost 100 years or so. And he gave it to her. He could only make one. And it almost killed him to do it because the garlic is in the ingredient. And you know how vampires react to garlic. But he gave it to her. And she turned from Lady Blackwood, little fucking bitch, into what she is now. Then she bought this castle, put him in it, protected him in it, pretty much. And, well, now you're all caught up. She went to London after that, and got a life there, while still protecting him in this castle here. So, oh, and also, he defeated the goddess lady inside the church. You know, the church of, not the church that we killed the priest in front of, but the church that had the dude with the cards sitting in there. That church, I think he ended up killing the goddess in. He burned it down. And then they rebuilt it and then talked to him about it. And they're the ones who gave him the ingredients for the cure of the blood of hate. Alright, let's continue this.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with with my blood.
You feed him. You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty Ekon, who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
No redemption, then?
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I need to know more. I want to know who you really are. Where you were born. Where you lived.
I was born Elizabeth Samantha Mary Englewood in 1551 in Hertfordshire. My parents owned a pub in Hoddesdon. Are you satisfied?
Who?
How could I?
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse, forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
Do you remember Dorothy Crane? Aloysius Dawson? I love you, Jonathan Reed, I really do. But you cannot be trusted.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
years.
Sir William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen. What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once. But she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
Not the one you're thinking of. Remember, we're in London.
Tell me about Elizabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
That shit was in the 16th century. I just looked it up. Nope. Nope, not 16th century. It was in the 15th century. Actually, technically, yeah, 16th century, because I realized the 16th century would be the 1500s, the way this shit works, which is fucking weird, because we're in the 21st century, and the 20th century, the 1900s. So that shit was in, like, 1570, I think? Damn, that's fucking old. Okay.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
I just realized that would make Elizabeth 400 years old. And she said that William was centuries older than her. So... Damn, he's old. He's old. Okay.
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long, as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
Who cares? We are vampires. We are death.
No, Jonathan. I won't bring another disaster into this world.
I can't lose you, Elizabeth. Even if it means putting the whole world at risk.
How can you say such an awful thing? Where is the Jonathan I once saved from a scowl in this abandoned factory?
I'm not that frightened man anymore. I've learned so much. Done so much.
I see. So there is nothing worth living for in this world anymore. Farewell, my love.
Farewell.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung and your path chosen. England is safe, the price paid most dear. But what do you care? You are the one who keeps killing. You've chosen your path, my fallen champion, like others before you. Prey to lust and desire, slave to the everlasting thirst. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas, she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
So that, everybody, was the ending to vampire. And that was the worst possible ending you can get. I may do this, I may end up doing this again, and instead of killing everybody, I'll heal everybody. And I'll keep them alive, and I'll get the best ending that you can get. Plus, I'll also get the trophy Not Even Once, where you can't kill a single human being in this entire game. But no, when she became Lady Blackwood, she ended up killing for almost an entire century or more. So when she found out that it was her blood, even after she was cured of that, her blood that made everybody in the entire city turn into vampires and start killing hundreds, possibly thousands of people again, then yeah, I guess I can understand why she killed herself. And she killed her dad. She wanted to stop the blood of hate to the last people who actually had it, and it was them two. That was such a fucked up ending. And after that, we loved her, so because we lost her, we ended up... if you guys saw the title, it's called Bloodlust. And the reason why it's called Bloodlust is because... Right? It's because at the end, after everything happens, we end up going into an eternal bloodlust and killing forever. And becoming the best vampire! The worst vampire that ever lived. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. Let me know if you want the good ending. I may end up going back and doing that later on. Because in November, December, January, all those 3 months is going to be about going back and redoing and finishing games that I have left off on and haven't finished. There may be some new games along the way, like there's a new underwater game that I really want to get into. The Last of Us 1 on the PS5 I really want to break into in November. But all those games are going to be about going back and finishing series that I haven't before. So if you guys want the good ending, this may be in that series. And if I don't finish Alan Wake final draft by then, or by the end of Halloween, then I may go back and do that again in November or somewhere down the line as well. But thank you guys for watching this. If you enjoyed this, please leave a follow. Feel free to subscribe. As you guys know now, from now until the end of October, if you guys subscribe, it's only like $8, I think. You guys get 3 months of Discord Nitro. 3 months. It's fucking awesome. But with that said, I'm gonna get off here. And you guys have a great night. Bye.